I'm going to kick things off with you, CJ, and ask you, just break it down. What is a cease and desist communication?
Okay, a cease and desist communication is where you notify a seller, a hijacker, a counterfeiter, whoever they are, that they need to stop selling your products. You want to give them a certain period of time. You want to treat them courteously, but also very, very firmly. And the gist of it is, you must stop selling our product, and here are the reasons why, and here is your deadline.
Rob, I'm going to jump over to you. So how are these communications sent to the infringers or the violators?
It really depends. And for us, we like to hit as many angles as possible. Fastest and easiest way to send a correspondence is through Amazon's buyer-seller messaging system, which has recently received a little bit of a facelift. So that communication process has gotten at least slightly easier. And as some of you may know, as of September 1st of 2020, Amazon's new policy reveals sellers' registered addresses with the platform. As of September 1st, right away, we've started sending more and more physical cease and desist letters, which often wind up right at the infringing seller's doorstep. And we find that that has a whole lot more weight, especially with the reputation of our firm's letterhead being on that correspondence.
And you mentioned that when the letter comes from Rosenbaum, Famularo, and Segall, it carries a little bit more weight. Can you just say a little bit more about that?
We're the best at what we do, and we do it the right way. A lot of other law firms or service providers will just file complaints. They won't even start with the cease and desist letter process. So I think we're respected as a service provider or as a law firm in this area, because people know that, if they don't listen to our cease and desist letters, the complaints that come in, our complaints work, could have a negative effect on their business overall, which is what no one wants.
And Anthony, how do recipients, so those individuals that have unauthorized use of a brand, how do they react to a cease and desist letter?
There's people who decide that eventually they're going to comply. There's people that will wait according to Amazon's stated policy until they receive an actual infringement complaint. And there's some people that will choose to flat out ignore it. They exist, but we find that people are either going to ignore or fight it. The way that our firm is able to help is by advising our clients those actual strong bases to build into their products. Like Rob referenced, we're not filing or sending a cease and desist or filing a report unless we have a good basis, unless we've shown our client not just what the letter of the law is, but those steps they actually have to implement to comply with the intent of that law, the intent of actually how to develop their brand to protect it. Because IP law doesn't let you just claim it. You actually have to build these bases into your products.
CJ, anything else that you would like to add to the topic?
I would. What Anthony's talking about, a good basis for your C&D, these things are vital. You certainly don't want to use a buckshot approach and make BS claims against anybody or any seller that can blow up in your face very, very quickly. And what we do before we even begin protecting the brand is take a look. What's in your warranty? What are you delivering to consumers? Quality control, recalls, and we have a whole laundry list of issues to look at to see whether you already have something that provides a solid basis for your C&D. And if you don't, Rob and his team build something into your product to give us that good basis so that our cease and desist communications are right on the money. They are effective because they do identify why they need to stop selling. And I think that is really the key. The key is having a good basis and then having a very persuasive C&D communication, which probably gets rid of in excess of 60% or more of the unauthorized sellers and protects the brands from any blowback.
For sellers interested in protecting their brand, please check out our other videos. We've got a number of videos here that the gentlemen who are experts in the subject get into, and looking forward to having more conversations, gentlemen. Thank you so much, CJ, Rob, and Anthony.